Alrighty, this is license 1574311 with the group stalker engaging in sexual violence documented in the forerunner, tattoos over the right forearm, group stalking together. All right, engaging in terrorism via directed light under the fake sun, a bunch of hostile demons who are listening to their exposure, all right, and then engaging what is sexual violence and terrorism, and then speeding off after they engage in that. And as I document, again, the same ambush conduct, Oceanside police adding themselves to the pattern of conduct, but the feds already know that. What's going on in San Diego County, that's speaking to what's going on in the whole state. Oceanside went out of their way to engage in an act of sexual violence, terrorism, demonic behavior with the people of the state. And I documented by license plate those who are going to federal prison, group stalking with corrupt agent, exercising authority that they don't have to pull you over under reasonable suspicion, probable cause, bearing weapons, and group stalking with the rest of these psychopaths who are demon possessed. That's a demon driving a police vehicle under the fake sun. Group stalking. A bunch of angry demons who are mad about their exposure, mad because they're being called what they are, sex offenders. You're mad about that. That's why you're going to be subject to mental examinations, because you're out of your right mind. License plate TMC 2663, that's Texas. And as I document, the demon arrives in a police vehicle. As I speak to the sex offender Kelly Martinez, the demon arrives the San Diego Sheriff's Department, group stalking under a fake sun. That is nowhere near the San Diego Police Department. I just want to make sure I capture that. The license plate of that, I believe that was a Caucasian male driving an Oceanside police vehicle. He's going to federal prison. He's going to federal prison. There is zero tolerance for this conduct, and then they engage in retaliation, and then the people of the state are going to federal prison with them, and the demon driving the police vehicle is going to federal prison. NONNA 56 P.O.C. and it's currently 1:14 p.m. I just want to be clear, engaging in, it's not just the fact that the entity is group stalking, driving a police vehicle. Criminal conduct, that's federal stalking. Criminal surveillance, you're engaging in terrorism and wearing a badge. Bearing weapons, you're going to federal prison for that. And then you're arriving pursuant to the criminal obstruction of justice pattern. You want to arrive to communicate a threat that you don't even have it's not working. Clearly, Satan is out of their mind. It's not even working. As you arrive, you face federal prison for that. So what is supposed to be a threat, terrorizing someone else, is resulting in what is you're being taken to federal prison for that. Because it's being documented on video, these geniuses, okay? They're so smart. Satan is filled with a whole bunch of highly sophisticated and intelligent demons who are group stalking and are surrounded by evidence that nobody can help them against. Okay? This is the fake sun that's over me. The entity that's engaged in federal stalking arrives in a manner in which you can witness them, which is a communication expressed and implied with regard to the P.O.C. And that Oceanside police officer is a demon. He's a terrorist, and he's engaging in the P.O.C. with the criminal intent to obstruct justice, threaten, and terrorize somebody while the people of the state are being documented. Okay? This is the airlines engaging in the pattern of conduct. Let me zoom out. Stalking an airplane, crossing path under the fake sun. All of the airports, which I took a screenshot showing you information regarding the airports that are used for purposes of surveillance, crossing path using commercial airline planes. That's what these airlines are engaged in. And it's really pathetic that you have such astronomical business and things that you should be consumed with, and you're using it to stalk little old me. Okay, and that's what's unimpressive. That's the Palomar Airport engaged in the P.O.C. Palomar Airport. It is one of the many airports listed as I documented them apart on the Google Drive. Everything that I document is for a purpose. Palomar is engaged in the P.O.C. and Palomar is specifically documented because they're in San Diego. The feds are already alerted to that, because you're talking about all of the airports, you're talking about all of the fire departments, you're talking about all of the police departments, you're talking about the sheriff's departments that are engaged in the P.O.C. as I go from county to county in the same state. That's why you have this scientific impossibility. All right, that's P.O.C. I just want to be clear. The Caucasian male with the tattoos heavily tatted on his left arm, he's engaging in what is sexual violence. He's engaging in what is terrorism on the roads and the highways, group stalking with all the rest of them. All right, but I'm honing in on that demon that engages in that conduct, being a demonic. It's a criminal act. Engaging in this accosting with engineer light, it's something that would cause a car accident. What they're doing with the engineer light, all right? It's piercing into your car, and it's also that which is serving to monitor you. And then as you document that demon, another demon in the police vehicle arrives at the same time. It's all a pattern of conduct. The fake sun remains over you. This is not the natural environment, nor is that natural behavior. They engage in ambush-like conduct, and all of them go to federal prison for it. That's how that's going to be treated. I just want to document crossing a path license 7KCB509 and 2YBN614. So while you engage in this conduct, never is any light ricocheting off of your car and naturally occurring. That's what you saw occurring inside of the Fairfield by Marriott parking garage, because they're monitoring. Those same demons are now surrounding on a freeway, and that's a threat to your life because they're group stalking you, they're obsessed with stalking you, and then they're also engaging in the terrorism via directed light while you're driving on the roads and the highways. And they're doing it as an ongoing population. And then the demons that are hostile, they want to engage in it. They're brave enough to do it. And then they get so scared that a demon in a police vehicle, that demon in the police vehicle is going to federal prison. The people of the state are going to federal prison. This is what is so cowardly about the demons who are group stalking you. 9 CSW 692 is accosting with directed light with the demon that drives by quickly in order to avoid being identified by license plate. It's very pathetic. They're all group stalking together. But nonetheless, it's currently 1:17 p.m. This is far from 1401 Broadway. As I keep capturing videos, it's exposing what San Diego police are engaged in, which is already shown. They're stalking in helicopters. They're stalking with planes. They're doing so under a fake sun. The demons in San Diego, speaking to the animals that they actually are. They're giving their own testimony about what's present in San Diego. They're speaking for themselves. Okay, they're speaking to the illusion, the fallacy regarding things such as racism against black folks. They're into stalking a black woman. That's what San Diego's doing. They're stalking a black woman because I'm that important to them. If you want to look at it in those natural terms, but it's beyond that. They're obsessed with this black woman because they serve Satan. Satan is obsessed. Satan is using a population of people to keep me under surveillance. It's demonic. 5TLN 852. All right. And as I point that out, it's just speaking to what needs to be shattered in your own mind. The fact that you are in any way defined by what everybody else tells you, by what societal norms establish. It doesn't make it true. Even if they operate by those societal norms. You got a whole bunch of white folks. You have Latino people. You got people that should be minding their businesses. You got people that want to look like they're normal just driving. No, this white woman right here is group stalking. And this is the fake son, and she's a sex offender. She's going to be prosecuted. You see the fake son through her vehicle. And the impossible, which is while this psychopath and a sex offender keeps their eyes on the road, targeting you with impossible light activity, which is speaking to the mental illness. And I'm documenting her license plate. She's going to be prosecuted as a terrorist that she is. That makes up San Diego, okay? Again, engaging in the P.O.C. So I want to show you, this is the fake son. And let me just get this demon's license plate. Light trickling into your car while they cross path, impossible light activity, while the fake son supposedly remaining over the San Diego Police Department, license 6WCP 496, and the entity is doing this on an ongoing basis. And you have psychopaths and sex offenders consume my genitalia, wanting to touch all over in whatever manner that they can, including with engineered light while they're monitoring you. All right, and doing so, I don't like women. Okay, I don't like women in that way, and they want to touch all over me. They also want to monitor me while I'm nude. That's what white women and white men and Latino men and women, if you want, I'm breaking it down in ways that you can understand. It's demonic at its core. The entire population is group stalking in San Diego. It is the P.O.C. 6WCP 496 is group stalking with all the rest of these demons who are crossing path. And this represents the state. The police departments, the sheriff's departments are group stalking amongst all the population while the fake son remains directly over me. Okay? This is, again, a Satan-serving minion, P.O.C. A Satan-serving minion, and they're monitoring together as one. Okay, that's a corrupt business. That's how you're understanding. Every business in the state of California is engaged in federal stalking and state surveillance. And they're going to be treated as persons under federal law. Persons who are engaging in sexual violence, persons who are engaged in federal stalking, persons who are going to be prosecuted for terrorism under that company name. And if they survive that civil prosecution for the damages that they're going to compensate me for, they will be destroyed by their reputation. All right, so, and that's justice. Just want to be clear. This is the ongoing P.O.C. in San Diego, California. It is currently 1:20 p.m. Remember, the entity is keeping a light source of where I'm at and where I go yesterday, and it was right back to the fake sun that's over while San Diego police are engaged in criminal summoning, while the entity then keeps the fake sun as I go back to Fairfield by Marriott at 4345 Mission Bay. That's not going to occur. There's only one sun, not 14. Remember, there's only one, and the so-called one sun is over me on the 5 freeway. Okay, where the entity is maintaining it over me at Mission Avenue is what you see on the 5 freeway. There's no sun that's going to be over Fairfield by Marriott. That was the pattern of conduct. And that was also the pattern of conduct as helicopters were flying over my hotel room, as airplanes were repeatedly crossing path in the sky space in alignment to my hotel room. That's called crossing a path. That's group stalking using commercial airline planes. Palomar Airport and every other airport in San Diego is engaged in the pattern of conduct, maintaining the elements of monitoring as I'm on the freeway, on the roads and the highways, while demons like you saw in the white vehicle and the demon that you saw in the white SUV and the demon you saw in the Oceanside police vehicle are engaged in the pattern of conduct in concert with all of the rest of them. It crosses all racial lines. It crosses all income lines. You have demons driving whatever vehicle. It doesn't matter. They're group stalking. All of them. Every single last one of them. These venues on these houses, they're group stalking. It's crossing a path. And they don't have to come outside. The fake son. So understand it's a statewide system. And I'm going to prosecute the entire state. And many of whom I've specifically identified. And they're going to be treated like the animals and the sex offenders and the psychopaths that they are. Getting the mental health treatment that they need. P.O.C. It's currently 1:22 p.m.